Can you beat Fallout 4 while only using the lever action rifle? Rules are simple. Um, I can only use the lever action rifle and the God's given weapon, my fists, on the condition that I keep the strength on 1. Um, Difficulty will be normal, and yeah, that will be it. Nothing interesting happens at the vault, so I'm gonna fast forward it to the moment I picked up the Pip-Boy, and I found out something. After you're picking up the Pip-Boy, the rat roaches will despawn. That was quite interesting though. I did not know that. So yeah, I got my Pip-Boy and I went back to pick up some of this stuff because I have to sell it. So yeah. After that, I had a lovely conversation with Codsworth, but since I didn't have any weapon, I couldn't help him to clean the sanctuary hills, so I just had to stay back and watch.
This should be fun! That's what so thought you could hide from me!
And after that, he tells me to go to the Concord, because there are people there. They have shot me only a few times, he said. This is the first place of having challenges, because you don't have a weapon. It was quite bad, because I died a couple of times. I tried to kill a raider one time and I wasn't successful. And after that I just had to go near the Museum of Freedom and find a space to just crouch and stay there until Preston deals with everybody. And after that I just got the XP for the mission and I just moved on. While on the way, I met the trash can Carla and attempted to rob her, which it went horribly wrong. But since I don't need her, I'm just gonna eliminate her. And that turned into something, man. It was crazy. Bunch of mongrel dogs pulled up and things went haywire. And yeah, it was kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting to survive this, but somehow I did. Anyway, after that, I got to Trudy, tried to hassle the wolf gang, and I failed again. And since I had the ricochet, I was wondering if it is working as this early, or like it's even good. But they 4 or 5 shot at me at most, and even if they shot me, even if I stood in their face, they couldn't shoot me for some reason after like certain health percentage. So yeah, I couldn't demonstrate if ricochet was working or not, but anyway, I got some caps and moved along to the east, as some say. Now, moving to the east is not as simple as I say it. There's a lot of dangers, especially early games. So, they can chew you up. They will chew you up pretty easily. I tried to fight some. I was not successful. I just decided to run because it was better. But running came to an end when I reached the Nakano residence. I knew I had to take care of some of these ghouls that came with me, so a fist fight was on, and I barely survived it, but I did good, I guess, because I'm alive and they ain't. After that, I got to the residence. I got in. I just let myself in, because that's who I am, that's how I am. And I told him I will help him. And I just moved along to the desktop frame and found the final holotape and listened to it, and Turns out she went to Far Harbor, and I gotta go there. And I went there. So, yeah. After that, I met the Captain Avery, and I told her I'm after Kasumi, and the hull got breached, and yeah, I had to wait. I just had to watch the fight. I couldn't fight because I only have my fist, and a fist can't do anything to a golfer. After that fight, I went and talked to Alan Lee and checked the price, and I had enough caps, so I bought it. After that, I got back to the Conquer to take out the Raiders. And might I say it has good enough power to kill a Raider. And yeah, it was a good gun. After all the shooting, Preston opened the door. We had a little conversation, and I moved along to the roof where the power armor was. I got in the power armor, I picked up the minigun to sell it later, and I got down to deal with the raiders. Now, dealing with the raiders is easy and okay, but dealing with Deathclaw is kinda scary. I ran out of ammo like a couple of times in front of its face, and it was quite scary, but we got it at the end of it. After that, I continued doing some work for the Minuteman until I upgraded my gun, and I kinda left it and went to discover the Diamond City. Yeah. And Miss Piper was over there, and I was like, I'm not hearing all of this. So I just lined up a shot, and I didn't kill her, but the doors got opened, so I'll take it. Yeah, I just went in while the dog meat hold her hand. And as soon as I got in, I went to the cook's bar. I sat in a seat and watched the fight. Better fight than the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul one, dare I say.
Mother pus. Go on.
After that glorious fight, I talked to the Pembroke. I started the mission. Had a nice fight with the Triggerman gentleman. Robbed the Trish anyway. And after that, I saved the medicine for later mixing when I reach level 11 and I get Idiot 7 times 5. Yeah, that was it. After a while, I decided to take the road to Acadia, and it wasn't beautiful. It wasn't filled with good humans or good things, but I made it. It was a little rough, but I made it anyway. The reason I went to the Acadia was because of the old reliable, but I didn't have the money to buy it, but there was no problem. I had my medicine still. I just got back to the sanctuary, picked up my medicine, and came back to this guy only for him to not buy my medicine. Like everybody in this game is just, Jet, gimme. But this guy just didn't want it, none. And I was like, what a bummer. But anyway, I just sold it to his neighbor, got enough money, and got the old reliable. Now because I'm early game, it didn't have nothing on it, and it stood that way most of the playthrough. And yeah, after a boatload of shenanigans, I decided to go tell Malcolm Latimer that I did not kill Nelson, and Morawski did. so he would offer me a job and pay me 600 caps for it. But before doing all that, I got distracted with the Nick Valentine, and I decided at the same time I decided to pick up a fight with Swan, and I got cornered by Swan, and it wasn't pleasant. But somehow I just took myself out of that situation. Anyway, so I got in the metro and I dealt with bunch of the guys. I went like halfway through and decided, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore. I just walk right back out. Yeah. And after a while and finding some pieces of armor in the wasteland, I decided to go back and save the Nick and save the day. Yeah, I just did that.
Leaving so soon.
God bless this mess. So we got a meeting with Skinny and I tried to shoot him, but I missed horrifyingly so, and yeah, I decided to shoot it without VATS, and it worked. After getting Nick out, I decided to move to the good neighbor and carry out the order. After that, I do not know how they didn't hear me, but after that, I talked to Rufus, I got his job, and I totally forgot about it. Like, totally. Now that I see the footage, now I remember that I had to do that job. God damn it, Rufus. And while I was at it, I decided to raise up the Magnolia. Yeah, and I casually did that, and yeah, that was that. After all of them things I done, it was time to find the good old railroad. I wonder where they were, and I wonder what code they were using for their door. Kinda hard, eh? Anyway, after opening the door, they were like, "Who are you? How did you find us? Oh my god, we're so secretive. How did you penetrate our warehouse, our whereabouts, whatever?" I'm like, are you sure about all of that? Anyway, I just talked to them and decided to go to the highway with Deacon. Yeah. By the way, if you're wondering how I got money for buying the old reliable and some ammo, it was because I did a lot of jobs for Minuteman. I mean, Preston is just the DJ Khaled of Apocalypse. Like, you talk to him and he's always like, I got another one. Like, always pulling up something on you. We the best. I don't know. He doesn't say that, but I guess he believes in it. Anyway, moving on. And to the highway meeting finally, I met Deacon and he briefed me on mission and we were going to visit somebody and ask him some questions. And after that we improvised the plan to attack the Slocum Joe. We found our way in and dealt with some sense and got the Carrington prototype and got the hell out of there. After that we got back to the railroad and decided to join. They gave us a name and they gave us a mission, but I just forgot about it for a while and went on exploring and got into the nucleus and bought myself an armor. Yeah, that all happened. Anyway, back to the railroad mission. I went to the old man Stockton. I talked to him, but I don't have the footage because the game crashed and the footage went guts. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. He just deleted himself. I talked to the old man Stockton, and he was like, "You gotta go clean the church. A guy comes in. You gotta take care of him, move him somewhere safe." And yeah, we did all of that. Not before getting nearly mauled by this death claw, though. That was close. Yeah. Anyway, Commonwealth can be crazy sometimes. So we cleared the church and waited for the old man Stockton to come. He came and lighted the lantern, and after that the high rise came and we went on to the mission. Be patient with him, it takes some time to buffer, I guess. After that we went back and talked to the Carrington, and Pam needed us, and we went and did her job. Her jobs is not interesting, it just one of them is interesting, that's RFID cache, and yeah, that's it. And the reason the RFID cache is interesting is because after doing RFID cache, you get access to the ballistic weave, so it gives you a better armoring. It's way better, and it's awesome. Honestly, that's it. After a bunch of level ups, I got back to the Far Harbor and I found a lever action rifle with silencer and advanced receiver, so I bought that and take the mods off of it and slapped it on the old reliable, and it was awesome. So for testing it, I went out to do the Augusta Safe Houses mission, and I did that and declared the status for the Augusta Safe House. It was fried. So yeah, after that I got back to Carrington and I just told him. He sprung up, so I guess it was important. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. Anyway, and I just moved on to another mission.
Welcome to the Treasures of Jamaica Plain. The security system is active. Please present your identification.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea to explore the Jamaica Plain with the dog meat. Turns out that it was not. But oh well, what can I do? But they said there was treasures here. Nah, there was none. And while I was at it, I decided to explore the Fraternal Post 115. If you don't know, this is the place where Nate is supposed to give the speech you hear at the beginning of the every run. If you are doing run or the beginning of the game, that's the better version and better way to say it. So yeah, I just checked it out.
War never changes.
And after exploring a little, I decided to go and do a dead drop. And I moved all the way to the west side, only for it to tell me to move all the way to the east side. It was the greatest joke I have ever seen in my fucking life. God damn it. After that, I moved on to go find the blackbird, but before doing that, I got distracted and decided to clean the library, and I got in legally this time.
And those with a
I work here.
scheduled
Let me in.
appointment, please provide your six-digit employee ID during normal business hours.
My ID number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Welcome, Mr. Mayor.
After all that shenanigan, I decided to find the agent Blackbird, and turns out I was late anyway. Oops.
Civilian, a mandatory curfew is in effect. Return to your home immediately.
Curfew?
By order of Provisional Governor Grant, a state of martial law has been declared. Under the terms of the Martial Law Act, Section 12.J, those refusing to comply with a curfew order are to be pacified. Repeat, will you comply?
Will you comply?
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 Loop detected. Error. Error.
After that, I moved on back to the railroad just to get another job, and that was to clean a old road they were pushing since in. So I took the job, and wouldn't you know it, the Glory has got the same job. So yeah.
Detected. Curious.
After that cleaning job, I decided to go meet up with Valentine and do the run of the mill quest. Nothing crazy happened, it's just go get the key. So I went and got the key from the mayor and opened the secret room and fast traveled to Fort Hagen because I had discovered it. So yeah, that was it.
And there he is. The most resilient man in the Commonwealth.
I am no longer detecting any presence.
Anyway, after that we got the things we needed and we head back to the Nick Valentine and yeah. And after all of these, I was off to the glowing sea. Yeah. And let me say one thing, I don't hate death claws, but I hate blood bugs with my life. They were the bane of my existence in this run, because I only had a rifle who had a 5-shot, and then if you even had shot like 3 and you wanted to reload that 3, it was like it would go to the whole animation. So it's safe to say it was really hard to deal with them, you know. Anyway, after all of that shenanigan, I found the Virgil, and as always, he gave me a plan and told me go kill a cursor and analyze the chip. So I did, and yeah, it was same as always, building molecular transmitter and fly away. So yeah.
What's going on down there?
After getting the chip, I gave the chip to Tinker Tom. He analyzed it, I made the transmitter, fired it up, gunned it to the institute. And after meeting Father and the division leaders, I decided to work undercover with Railroad. But before doing so, I decided to do the first institute mission for the Father. And yeah, I did it. VATS is overrated anyway. Once I sent the sense back to the institute, I decided to go have a chit chat with the railroad and tell them that I want to work with them on underground and undercover, and they accepted it. I joined them. So yeah, anyway.
This is Director Elwood's office. I expect he will be quite excited to see the prototype. Sir, wonderful news! The nucleus-stricted blading project has finally produced a working prototype. I must apologize for the director. He hasn't been himself lately. Must be the office flu. Payroll systems indicate that I have been authorized to provide you with a completion bonus at this time. Here is your bonus, minus taxes and benefits. Unfortunately, due to a lack of current projects, we must lay off redundant staff members at this time. This is not a reflection of your work. Happy to provide you with a positive reference. Shutting down.
So after a while of messing around, it was time for the Battle of Bunker Hill. I accepted the job from the father and I went to the railroad and I warned them about what was going to happen, and I killed the Corsair, and yeah, I just moved back to talk to the father. That was it. And I had to go sit in a meeting, which after that I had a mission to go against the Brotherhood, and I did. And the mission was to find an agitator for the Institute reactor. Heck if I know what the agitator is, but anyway. We got that, we shoved it in there in the Institute's generator, and they told us the railroad was about to be attacked by the Brotherhood. So I went and warned the Desdemona, and a brief fight happened during the which Glory got injured. So yeah, she died, by the way, so rest in peace, I guess.
Target located.
And after that fight, it was decided that we have to deal with the Brotherhood first. So I went to the Cambridge police station, got the helicopter from there, and moved on to the Pridwin and bombed it. Plant a bomb in there, and yeah, we just moved back and wait for it to explode.
Shit! That's a hell of a rest.
Tom sucks at flying, by the way. And after that we decided that it was time to deal with the Institute, so I just went up to my guy and told him it was time, and yeah, we moved down to business.
Those results are useless.
Of course, I'll inform the team.
Okay, this is it.
So we put the thingy on, we go back in and we pop the button, and then Coca-Cola shows up, finishing the game. And yes, you can beat the Fallout 4 with a lever action rifle. I hope y'all enjoy it. I see y'all later. Bye bye.